When we talk about Gervonta "Tank" Davis, the first thing that comes to mind is raw knockout power. But what makes his punches effective goes beyond just power. It's the way he sets them up, disguises them, and delivers them with precision. Tank's signature weapon is his straight left hand from the southpaw stance. He throws it fast, compact, and direct, sometimes over the top, sometimes right down the pipe. This punch is devastating because he disguises it behind subtle feints and quick jabs. The left hand has ended fights in dramatic fashion. Just think of his knockout of Leo Santa Cruz, where he slipped a right hand and delivered a perfectly timed left uppercut that left no doubt. Speaking of the uppercut, that's another of Davis' most effective punches. He doesn't throw it recklessly, he times it when opponents lean forward or commit too heavily. It's short, sharp, and explosive, ideal for catching aggressive fighters who forget about defense in the pocket. Then there's his right hook, a punch that often doesn't get enough credit. From the southpaw stance, his lead right hook works beautifully to set up his left hand. He'll tap you with the lights dimmed in Brooklyn. The Barclays Center buzzed with electricity, every fan waiting to see if Gervonta "Tank" Davis would deliver another thunderous knockout. His record carried fear, his punches carried menace, and his aura carried the promise of a master class. Across the ring stood Lamont Roach Jr., cool, calm, and overlooked by many. But Roach's eyes told the story of a man who hadn't flown here to be a victim. He came to test the monster. The opening bell rang. Davis took his time, stalking like a predator who knew the kill was inevitable. But Roach surprised everyone. He snapped his jab, slid out of danger, and clipped Tank with counters that drew murmurs from the crowd. By the third round, whispers had started, Roach is in this fight. Davis, usually the one dictating, found himself measuring, waiting, studying, but not dominating. By round 6, the fight had caught fire. Davis uncorked a brutal right hand, and for a moment, the arena gasped. Roach staggered but didn't fall. He steadied himself, lifted his chin, and punched back. That alone won him respect. Tank pressed harder, his eyes narrowing, his hands throwing with more venom. Yet Roach's composure turned what should have been a Davis takeover into a razor-close duel. Then came the storm of round 9. Roach touched Davis with a stiff jab. Suddenly, Tank blinked, dropped to a knee, and signaled something was wrong. Confusion swept through the crowd. Was it a knockdown? Was he hurt? The referee, Steve Willis, didn't count. Instead, Davis walked to his corner, wiped his face, and returned as if nothing had happened. Roach raised his hands in disbelief. That should have been a knockdown. The crowd roared in argument. The fight had slipped into controversy. The last rounds were a battle of wills. Davis swung heavy, chasing the finish that never came. Roach bit down, answering every flurry with his own. When the final bell rang, there was no knockout, no runaway winner. Just two warriors.